We're going to start by drawing a upside down pear-shaped head. I'm going to make sure you're using lots of space. Now after that, we make a line that bisects this pear right down the middle. And then we need another one right down the center of this one. Now, a common misconception about where to place your eyes, and I like to start with the eyes because they seem to be the easiest place for people to relate to. They are deep within the center of your face. And an easy way to remember how to space it is that the distance from here to here needs to be 5 eyes wide. The easiest way to start is to start by dividing the middle. So it looks like we can fit this distance here, across, and here and here. Now this side over here just needs to be trimmed a little bit because that's getting a little unruly. The nose is actually about, from the dead center of both bisecting lines, goes down to about an eye below each line. The base of the nose is the same distance, usually on most people, as the space between both of your eyes. So you can get away with drawing a line straight across. Now about a half eye below the base of the nose, so right about here, you can draw another line that goes just a little past the base of each part of the nose, just a little bit, and that's actually going to be the middle of your lips where the two meet. So we're starting to see where the features are going to go. I like to get my ears in. Now your ears start just at the top of your eye, which is going to be right across here. So it's going to be right here, and it goes actually down to the base of your nose. You can start with the ears being a little bigger than you normally would have them, and then just trim them down later. It's always a little better to have them a little too big than none at all, because you just look a little strange without ears. You can then take, and actually you might like to feel the back of your neck where your ears and neck meet, because a lot of people, they tend to do this little teeny neck again. Nobody's got that. It's actually from the base of your ear down. So you can take actually right from the base of your character's ear and draw a line straight down. And then, if you feel where your neck and your back sit, your back is actually further back than where your neck meets it, because your neck meets your head in the center of your body. You can start just a little bit behind where you bended it off and draw your shoulders. Now a good way to remember, and actually this is a little big at the moment, good way to remember how big your shoulders need to be is by trying to fit another 2 necks on there. So this is a little wide, so we'll probably go to about there. And there's another head. And oh, this side's okay because we can fit another head over here. This guy's not so happy. This guy, really happy, because they're all on there. So let's just get rid of those guys though for now, because we've got our proportions. We know that we can trim this side off a little bit. Next we're going to go right back into the face. Start with your eyes. Now eyes aren't just this, ooh, that one's actually pretty good. I was surprised. Start with an over. Draw a little teeny spot in there. That's actually where your eye meets. And remember that your eye actually goes behind your eyelids. And it is as deep, as far back into your head, as it is wide. So remember, there's a lot of depth in there. So we're going to just draw our circle. This is our actual eyeball. Next, we're going to give ourselves an iris. Our iris is the colored part of our eyes. I like to sometimes go in and just squiggle it in a bit. If you want, you can give it just a little bit of a lid on top and a little bit underneath. I like to go in with a little bit darker for the pupil. And the pupil is not right in the middle like everyone thinks, and it's not tiny like that. It is actually the focal point. Your eyes, it's basically like your camera lens. It's nice and big, and it opens when it needs to let in more light. It's nice when you can leave just a little bit of white there to get the light sparkling in it. So here's a little eye. Let's give it a little bit of lashes. You can give it lashes if you want. A lot of people just do a heavier line to make their lashes. So we'll start right in there with our eyeball. There's one. There's two. One's a little more crooked than the other one, but that's why we started with a light pen. Right now it looks like something from an old Limp Bizkit cover. Anyway, let's go in with our eyeballs. Eyeballs basically take up the whole eye. In fact, this one should be a little wider. And we put our iris in, which takes up almost most of the inside of the eye, except for a little bit of the white. And we're going to go in with our black. We're going to give our person some pupils so that they can see the light. Now remember, the light's hitting from the same point. The nose goes from the middle of the eye. This person is getting a bigger nose than I had planned. Not that that's a bad thing. That's quite alright. They have these two little muscles under their nose that attach their lips. Easy way to do lips is a big M and a really wide U. You can do that again with a little pointy M if you want to make it a little more stylish, a little tiny U. And you're already going to have your lines. You can do a little bit of a shadow if you want. Some people do that. Some people do a little bit of lines. Let's give ours on our person here. I'm going to go with the less puckered ones. Now remember, your top lips are always smaller than your bottom. I'm not too happy with that, so we're going to go in with, leave it like that for now. And next up, we're going to follow the left part of the nose and go right up and give an eyebrow. Now the right hand side, we're not actually going to connect directly to the nose. A good thing to remember is that eyebrows are always a little different on each side. And start by just drawing little lines following the shape of that one eyebrow. I'm going to go over our eyes to give it a more of an eyelash. Once again, bear with me. New to the whole tablet, but very excited to be using one finally. Now let's clean up some of our lines. Next up, we are going to give our face a little more definition. Let's go in a little bit, follow those lines you had. You can trim it up a little bit if you'd like. I'm going to add a chin, go in on those ears a little bit. And you're going to move your neck in accordingly. Remember that you can do a little line here and here, and a little spot there, and that'll be your collarbone and clavicle. You can put a little line here and here for that. Make sure we're giving our person some shoulders still, because they still need them. So you don't have hair growing out of the bone on top of your head. We are going to go in and we are going to draw the outline of where the hair would be. So the very top. Pretend you're squinching your eyes. Now all you can see is that last little bit, just what's blocking the sun. So our hairline starts to go right about here. And give her some apart. And maybe some hair down here. A little bit down here, a little here and here. We're going to go in with some more greater details. So we're going to follow the first part, go all the way around, make sure that our hair is coming from the head, and remember everything goes in the direction of the way the hair is being brushed. Let's just give her ears a little bit of definition. This is actually starting to look a little bit like me, so I'm going to give her some gauged ears. And let's put a little hair clip here, boom. Some messier hair, a little bit of curly Q thingies there. Let's just give her some shirt, some clothes, some cheekbones. You can just get by putting a little bit of lines there. You can get some lines if you want. You can make her look really old by giving her some lines under there and some wrinkles. But I've just aged myself like 50 years there, so goodbye. And you can even go just around the irises a little bit, just to make them sparkle. Other than that, we've got a person, and voila! You've got a little tiny person that we made using the 5 eyes wide and the 3 necks across. And that's it for now. Thank you very much.